What about combining photography with videography? Like doing it at the same time, simultaneously. One person having two jobs. Do you think that's possible? I think they call it a hybrid shoot. And I might be wrong, but I think it's somewhat of a recent development, because I remember when I started my photography business many years ago, the photographer and the videographer were two different people, sometimes working alongside each other. In this video, I want to explore the possibilities and the challenges. I started by getting a gimbal, the DJI RS 3, and I paid 469 euros for it. I use the cameras and lenses I usually use for newborn and Kicksmas sessions, and I was ready to find out, is it possible to combine both shooting film and photos, maybe during a family session, a branding session, a wedding, or what about like newborn and Kicksmas sessions? Let's find out. Well, hello and welcome to a new video. So as you can see, it's still morning because I have like this bluish tint to my face, and the surroundings, that's because it's very early, because today I'm photographing my younger brother during a branding shoot. So we're meeting at a really nice restaurant with just really nice chairs and like hanging plants and tables and stuff, and his companion, like work companion, is coming as well. So they're like bringing different outfits and their laptops and phones, and they're also bringing like running shoes because like part of their business motto has something to do with running. And I'm also going to take like video shots. So it's an hour drive, so let's go. It's really overcast. There's no sun, but it's dry, so I'm happy with that. It's very windy, I think, because we're at a little beach as well. So let's see what it looks like. So what better way to start practicing than by practicing on family members? They're usually quite forgiving. Well, in this case, my brother actually asked me for branding photos for their website, their newsletter, their social media. So he approached me, and then I said, well, yeah, great, I'll do it. What about if I practice adding a branding clip as well? They actually had some really fun ideas themselves because they run together, that's like their thing. So they wanted to incorporate something of their personality into their branding clip. So that was really cool. So they could run on the beach, show some merchandise, and show themselves as people, as entrepreneurs. They could have some say in the final branding clip, so I would edit it the way I would like it, and then they could still say if they wanted something different. I could adjust it and then present the final branding clip. So they were actually working while we were sitting in the cafe. So they were discussing a few spreadsheets. I don't know what they were doing, but they were just completely ignoring me because that's what I asked them to do. And I could take photos, take videos. I could sometimes even ask them to repeat a gesture or motion or just a look that they had. Well, not specifically, maybe a look. I could experience for the first time what it was like to switch back and forth between photos and video. Is it possible? Yes, definitely it's possible, with like balancing the gimbal, because I would start off having it almost perfectly balanced, and then I would start walking around and suddenly it would tilt over, because you know, if you have like a zoom lens, sometimes just by moving it a little bit it gets completely unbalanced. So I think when you use it more often, you get faster, like rebalancing the camera in the gimbal, because you have to adjust and then it's completely fine again, but it takes a little bit of time. So it was a challenge, but it was also fun, and I'm pretty happy with the result. I think it's added value during a branding session. So I'm gonna practice again. Okay, so today I have a branding session with an illustrator. So she makes these beautiful drawings, postcards. She's making illustrations for a book, which is really nice. She lives pretty close to my house, and I'm going to photograph her
at her like desk where she usually makes her drawings, like her press that she uses, just some beautiful branding photos for her website, social media, stuff like that. As you can hear, I do have a little bit of a cold, but there are no babies involved, and I did text her this morning like, I do have a cold. Do you still want me to come, or should we postpone? And she said, no, it's fine, just come. So I won't cough or sneeze in her face, of course, which I'm not coughing and sneezing anyway. My voice is still a little bit weird because it's a little bit clogged up, but I'm feeling okay. So I'm going to film a little bit as well and just photograph her while she's creating her magic, doing her thing. So I'm gonna take you with me. Here's my gear.
Now, with the first hybrid session in the pocket, I wanted more, of course. I needed to practice, and if I ever wanted to add this to my portfolio, like offer it on my website, I needed to have more material to show the world and to get them excited for their branding session. So I actually asked a friend living nearby, who is a beautiful illustrator, if I could come over and take some photos of her doing her magic and film her as well for both photos and videos. So yeah, I asked her if she was interested in a branding session, and she said yes. And it was fun because we could hang out a little bit and I could see her at work, well, which is actually at her house, just in her bedroom and at her kitchen table, but working her magic. And it was really fun and inspiring to see. It's kind of like you get a look into someone's kitchen, in this case literally, and see how they work, and I think that's really interesting. So it was really fun, and it was a really good experience once more, and I really love the final clip that I created for her. She was really happy with it. So yeah, that was experience number 2. My hair is very orange right now. I just put henna in yesterday, so then you can't really shampoo it out yet, you just rinse it out. I put some like conditioning, like leave-in conditioner in my mids and ends, actually all over my head, but I haven't really washed it out yet, so it's very bright and orange. But anyway, so today I'm going to do a branding session in a studio, so it's going to be really fun. It's something new, something different, and I'm excited. So she's entrepreneur, she's like a coach, almost like a business. I might offend her by calling her a coach, but yeah, so we're going to take some branding photos in this daylight studio, which is about 45-minute drive from my house, and it's really pretty and you can rent it. She's bringing different outfits, like a coffee mug to hold, like her phone, like a laptop, maybe a good book, like a notebook and a pen, so she can like pretend to write something. Her husband will actually come over for like half an hour to play like a client in like a coach, let's just call her a coach, like a coaching session. So I will photograph him with her, pretending that they're like working. I'm also bringing my gimbal, so I might take some video clips as well, so that she has like a branding video. So I'm really excited to go to the studio. I'll film a little bit behind the scenes because I think it's really fun to see the daylight studio and me photographing and filming her. So yeah, stay tuned and let's go to the studio. So yeah, just some of the things I'll bring. I'll also bring one speed light because, well, it's a daylight studio, so pretty much only we're gonna use daylight, but they also have just like some seamless paper. So who knows, I might want to use my flash a little bit to fill in some shadows, but yeah, what I'm bringing. Okay, so I'm in the car and it's about a 39-minute drive. I should arrive there at 6 minutes past 10 and we meeting at 10:30, so that's fine. And yeah, it's no shoes policy inside except for the model, so I'm gonna take my shoes off. And yeah, I'm excited. Oh yeah, I made pancakes for lunch and they're still in the fridge. Let me run inside and grab them. We actually booked it for like a time slot, and I think the minimum time slot was 2 hours or 2.5 hours. So we would already have the extra time for taking video clips as well. First paying customer, I guess, even though she paid for the branding photos and not specifically the video clip. Still, so much fun. I didn't know her. So yeah, would it be possible to switch back and forth without compromising on quality? And what would get the priority? Taking photos, taking videos? Well, in her case, definitely photos would have her priority, and then the video would be like an extra bonus. But of course, I would try to offer the best experience both ways. But yeah, what do you need? A client definitely with patience, who is not bothered by repeating a few actions or poses, so just willing to repeat it. So let's go. I think my filming skills are improving. Maybe not my editing skills yet. Maybe it would be fun to do a course about like video editing. I'm also only using iMovie, so I'm not using like Final Cut Pro or anything. I'm delaying shots because I think I quite like the little bit of slow motion effect. If you hate it, I'm very sorry. Of course, there are other ways to edit, but this is my way for now. But yeah, focusing on the video, I'm actually really happy with the result. I really like it. But of course, I'm still learning, I'm still improving. But yeah, the lady, she was really happy with it, so that's always a good thing. And what did I learn? Well, I think it's easier to film with a prime lens, because as soon as you, well, if you have a zoom lens on, especially my 24-70, it's quite big. And then if you accidentally touch it, or you want to zoom while filming and not walk back and forth, which can be tempting if it's a zoom lens, then the whole balance is off. You have to rebalance the camera because of course the weight gets distributed unevenly then, because the lens will either become longer or shorter. So once you balance your camera, you have to make sure that you don't touch the zoom lens anymore afterwards. I mean, you might be able to do so if you're really good at filming, but where I am right now, that was not a good idea. So that's what I learned so far, and I'm loving it. I really like it. Also because in this case, the lady wanted to incorporate like movement into her videos, because she's an active person and she wants to see like a progress with her clients. It's not just sitting still and talking, but actually actions, like doing the deeds. So walking in the video was really fun. Otherwise, it's just, you know, holding her cup of coffee, pretending to write, looking at her computer, or staring out of the window with a cup of tea, or pretending to be on the phone. But now you're actually moving, which is so cool for videos. So I'm happy. So okay, let's do another one. It's winter. So hi, I'm on my way to a hybrid shoot, I guess you call it. I'm doing stuff simultaneously. I'm going to photograph a pottery artist in her like workshop space. She's going to actually teach 3 women some pottery, and I'm going to take photos and a video clip. So it's a branding shoot. I'm taking my gimbal, 2 cameras, 3 lenses, and stay tuned because I'm going to show you behind the scenes and I'm going to share what I did. I like that, the combination of photo and video. And I love pottery. I've taken pottery classes as well. Love it. So I'm excited to go. So I'm going to start driving now, and I'll see you later. So now that I had some images and video clips to share on my social media and my website, I got another request. This time from a lady who does ceramics, like pottery, and she wanted to book a branding session. Super cool. So I replied to her email saying that I could offer a combination of branding photos and a short branding clip, and she was really excited about that. She suggested that we would first start off, because a branding session lasts like up to 2 hours pretty much, so we have a lot of time to maybe go to different locations or to, shoot different aspects of the business. The business owner can change outfits so that not all images look similar and they have some variation when it comes to sharing the images. So she suggested that we would go to her house first because she has a home studio where she does her pottery, and I would see her, forming a few bowls beautifully. And then we would go to her business location where she hosts workshops as well, like she teaches pottery. After a few branding sessions, I'm kind of getting the hang of it. I'm liking it and I'm becoming more confident when filming. Stabilizing goes faster and takes are getting smoother. So yeah, I'm recognizing the added value of filming with a gimbal, especially when you're walking around or like hovering over an item. Of course you can film out of hand, but I do shake a little bit, or at least I breathe. So the takes are not completely still, and then when editing, I'm not that happy with the results, but with the gimbal, I just love how smooth it is. I'm still using iMovie to edit, no Final Cut Pro or professional software, so it's maybe not up to the standards of an average videographer, but I'm happy with the results. I feel like it's really an added value that I can offer, a bonus, a free optional feature when booking a branding session. So yeah, it's up to the person booking me, the client, if they want to incorporate video into their session. So on the branding section on my website, you can see a few examples of clips. So clients can see what I have to offer, and then they can watch it and tell me if it's something they're interested in or not. So I ask them what their main focus is. If they only want to have, after the session, a full database full of images that they can share on their platforms, then we might skip taking videos. But if they recognize the value, they want it, then we can incorporate it into their session. I think offering hybrid branding sessions can distinguish you from local competition. Because if they only offer photography, a video can really be a great added bonus. Nowadays, online, people have a short attention span, so in a short amount of time, you want to grasp their attention, show them who you are. You kind of want to wow them with whatever you're showing online, and a video can just be that little bit of extra wow instead of just having photos on your website or social media. I did learn that short and sweet, I think, is the right formula. So the first branding clip I made for my brother, I think, was around 1 minute, and they watched it, they really liked it, but they did tell me, I asked them for feedback, that maybe a bit shorter would be better. So I shortened the video until it was about 30 seconds. And for the other branding sessions, all the video clips were around 30 seconds, and that was a challenge for me as well. Which clips do you include? Which clips do you cut? How fast should the pace be? It should reflect the business. Which public do they want to attract? When it comes to shooting both, it's quite intense on your body, on your mind, because you're switching back and forth. You're carrying gimbals, you're carrying cameras on your camera straps, just trying to capture everything in the best way possible. But also, I was going home so energized, full of inspiration, because I just loved it. It was fun to challenge myself, and I could see someone else being passionate about their business, which is such an inspiration. So yeah, it is more intense, but for me it's really rewarding as well. So is it possible for me to shoot hybrid in other areas of business? Would it be possible for weddings? So before actually even considering shooting hybrid at a wedding, I want to practice filming a bride and groom during a styled session. The ceremony, the cutting the cake, the getting ready. First I have to feel and experience if I really like to film that. So that will be in my next video during a styled session. So thank you so much for watching and have a lovely day. Bye bye.